All right, let's get started. Uh, this week, I just merged a PR, rearranging the Crimson suite a little bit. Mostly it moves the Seastore stuff into a Crimson Rados experimental suite, since it doesn't quite pass. The remaining three tests that aren't passing yet are the RBD tests, but Radic is working on them. It's mainly a matter of the additional snapshot support. I also pushed a pull request that adds a bunch of safety features for Crimson and non-Crimson users. It adds an OSD map flag, which will prevent the monitors from booting any Crimson OSDs if it's not set, and a pool flag that will prevent Crimson OSDs from creating PGs from that pool without that flag. This allows the monitor to also gate certain features from being used on Crimson pools, specifically the features that Crimson does not yet support, mostly changing the number of PGs, but also others. I'm working on adding a config option so we can change the --SMP option without having to pass in a command line argument, since some of our tooling doesn't like doing that so much. And then I'm going to move on to working on Scrub. Yingjun, how's it going?
Last week I reviewed the random block manager, and I'm also looking at the Messenger v2 protocol implementation. And my current understanding is that to enable multi-call, we will need to split the protocol handshake pass and the protocol ready pass, so that the handshake can remain in the main core to look up and replace connections atomically like before, and after connected, and to distribute the I/O path to multiple cores, including the message encode, decode, and the event dispatching. And I think in order to do that, probably need further refactors and cleanups.
That seems reasonable.
That's all for me. Mm-hmm.
All right, Jinyu?
I found that when doing a big loop, there might be a crash caused by Stack Overflow, because Crimson loop, do for each repeat, is implemented by recursive. I'm reading how Seastore loop implement and trying to apply that to Crimson. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, cool. Okay. Jensen?
About the alien sonar working in CPP20, I found this is duplicated or invalid pointer. After I updated the GCC compiler to the latest version, I met the segmentation fault you proposed before during the MakerFS process about the OpenSL. So strangely, on system machine, I don't meet this problem. This problem occurs on other machines. I suppose it might be some configuration difference. So, Sam, is there any updates about the OpenSSL segmentation fault? About this problem?
No, I also saw it. Did you find my bug report?
Okay, I know. Thank you.
Did you find my bug report? I can send it to you. You can add your observations. I haven't had time to look into
it. I saw it on the talk set. Yeah.
And you're hitting the same one?
Oh yeah, the same one, the same backtrace. Yeah.
Got it. Can you add the GCC version you were using? I haven't had time to look into it. It might be a good thing for you to look into, though.
Okay, I typed it. Sorry.
Okay. Chenmei?
Last week I'm working on the multi-cores memory store, so the PR is provided, and memory store can use the multi-core, and Seastore still that it use one core. I try to use the partition or multiple device to give it to Seastore, but there is I think there are little bugs. I need to debug on it.
Did you see the comment I made?
Not yet.
Oh. Wait.
Comment.
It didn't actually post my comment. I'm sorry. That's probably my fault. Okay, so I don't think this is actually a good approach because it requires pretty much every store to be accessed by the OSD through a Seastore sharded instance, and that's not going to make sense for anything but Cyan Store. So I'd like you to move all of this work under the Cyan Store interface.
And what?
So your change makes it so that the OSD refers to a Seastore sharded instance when talking to the store, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not going to work for Seastore or Alien Store.
Oh, so no, I mean the Alien Store and the Seastore still use one call currently.
No, Alien Store uses a single dispatch queue to talk to as many cores as Blue Store is configured to have. Alien Store basically already supports multiple cores.
Yes, but only one call access the Alien Store and the Seastore currently.
Yeah, again, I don't think that's actually true for Alien Store. The Alien Store implementation is actually perfectly happy to dispatch diodes from any Seastore core. But again, I don't want I don't want the OSD to have to go through a Seastore sharded instance to get to the backing store. Because for Seastore, for example, we will need to do something much more complicated than this. So I would like you to move this refactor under the Cyan Store interface.
And the store interface, okay.
In other words, within Cyan Store, have a Seastore sharded instance.
Okay, I see.
So that nothing above the Futurized Store interface needs to know about it. That way, each Futurized Store implementation is responsible for its own core partitioning. That'll allow Seastore to do something more complicated.
Okay, I see.
Okay. I'll repost my comment. I honestly don't know why I didn't post. Oops. Probably my bad. Okay.
I see
Did you
it
have anything
in
else?
another PR. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, that makes a great deal of sense. I'll copy it back over. Wait, which PR was it?
Yeah, I have pasted in the chat window.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. That explains that mystery. Okay, Chenmei, did you have anything else?
No.
All right, Ron?
No.
Okay, Joanne?
This week I finished debugging the intra-LBA tree pointers. I'm now trying to add pointers between LBA leaves nodes and the logical extents. That's all for me.
Okay. I expect Reef code freeze to be something like the end of December. I'm not exactly sure when, but it'll probably be the end of December or the beginning of January. My goals for Reef for Crimson from this point until then, so for the next 2 months, are to finish the snapshot implementation, to stabilize the Crimson Rados test suite, to make sure that Ceph ADM install and documentation, that's all squared away, and to get as much of scrub done as possible. So to the extent that you guys can contribute to those goals, that'll be good. But the other stuff is important as well. In January, the focus will shift back to performance and Seastore type stuff. But I think it's important for Reef to try to get a stable functional version of Crimson that people can do performance testing on. Do anyone have any questions about that?
No for me.
Okay. Again, it's not like any kind of a change in priority. It's more in the very short term, I think it's probably worth making sure the test suite becomes stable. Yeah, and getting snapshots done. So that's where my focus at least is going to be. Does anyone else have anything else? All right, have a good week.
Bye.
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 Bye.